This YCN segment is brought to you by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer.
Welcome in, YCN Sports Talk. Jeremy Stout, Brett Franklin in studio with me this week. Brett Franklin from ESPN Radio 94.5 FM for the Upper Valley. You can check him out every weekday, 12 to 1. Brett, you're on Monday through Friday and also online, 945ESPN.com.
That newfangled internet. Maybe you should check it out.
Check it out. You can hear him every day. So we'll jump right into the Celtics. A lot of playoff talk. Red Sox, Yankees. We'll talk about that later. And, of course, got to get a little bit of Patriots talk in. First with the Celtics. Up 3-1. Went on the road. Split. They split because they lost Game 4. That's right. It seems like ages ago. It was only a couple days ago. And now they come home. You got to be pretty happy if you're a Celtics fan and with the position they're in up 3-1 against a tough 76ers team.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it and they get out to a 3-0 lead, the Celtics being, just really having great performance at home. Game 4, officiating wasn't that good. Philly was the better team. I do expect the Celtics to close out Game 5 tonight as we tape this here prior to Game 5. But I think if you had told me, before the series the Celtics would be up 3-0 and a chance to possibly sweep or win this game in 5 games, I would have probably scoffed at that. I mean, this Celtics team continues to impress and continues to just put the doubters like yours truly in the shame corner because this team continues to pull out wins and continues to do it in dramatic fashion. No matter how many guys are injured or how many guys are out of the lineup, they continue to do it. It's impressive.
Yeah, and I was with you. I was on your show last Thursday, and we were talking about that, and I thought they'd lose Game 2 at home. They go ahead, win Game 2. They go on the road. They pull one out on Saturday in overtime, a game that really everyone thought they were down and out in that game.
Oh, they should have lost that game.
Yeah.
They should have lost Game 3. But before we came on air today, the NBA announced its Coach of the Year. Brad Stevens got one vote for the NBA Coach of the Year. What else does this guy need to do? He hasn't had a full lineup all year long.
Right.
Look what he did towards the tail end of the season. And I know, and you got a preview of what he did during the playoffs. So that's a head scratcher. This guy should be the Coach of the Year considering what he's had to work with here this entire year.
Right, and even if they do only look at the regular season, what he did in the regular season, as you mentioned, with the star player going down on opening night and then making it all the way to the number 2 seed. So I agree with you, a head scratcher there. The Celtics could easily, I don't want to say easily, but they could be down 3-1. Obviously, the Game 4 that we mentioned, and then the big 22-point comeback, I think it was in Game 2.
Yeah, Philly blew leads in both of those
Exactly.
games.
So that speaks once again to the tenacity of this Celtics team. They do not give up when they're down. They do not give up when we count them out, when people are counting them out. They've done it all season long, big comebacks, and they continue to do that. Give them credit.
I think that's a credit to the head coach. I've maintained, being a good NBA head coach is really hard to come by because you've got guys who make a lot more money than you do. Yep. A lot of coaches, especially who come from college. Remember the track record of college coaches coming to the NBA? It was not very good, and the Celtics had already tried that with one Richard Pitino 20 years ago. Hard to believe it's now 21 years ago. But I think that's just a testament to the head coach and to the GM and to the players because it's really hard to buy in, especially not only when your top player goes out in the opening game of the season, and then you lose Kyrie Irving towards the playoffs. I just think this team has proved all the doubters wrong, and I'm enjoying the ride, Jeremy. Don't let people like me who pick the Sixers ruin your fun. Go Celtics.
And speaking of go Celtics, as we mentioned, they play Game 5 tonight at home. Is this kind of that must-win where, no, they have plenty of time, but you lose this game, and then it goes to Philly, and then kind of that, not pressure for the Celtics, but you really want to wrap it up tonight?
I think they do wrap it up tonight, and I think it is a must-win tonight. You do not want to go back to Philadelphia for a Game 6. Those people the fans will be excited for it. But put them out tonight. And look forward to the Cavs for the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, and plus the Cavs getting a little bit of rest. You don't want to let them get too much rest. Want to close it out tonight. We'll have our picks for the Celtics game at the end of the show in the Salt Hill Pub Picks of the Week. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk some more playoff basketball. I also want to talk to Brett and see what he thinks of Terry Rozier for next season. Obviously, Irving will be coming back. Rozier has one more year left on his contract. What role does he play on the Celtics team? We'll take a break. You're watching YCN Sports Talk.